last session, having just enjoyed the first act of the Seven Stars Circus's performance, our adventurers headed out during the break at the behest of Vayne. Vayne had been given the task of retrieving the trickster's hat by his performer friends Leia and Liz, as a form of trade to get information about his friend Larima, who he believes might be able to help with the whole caravan incarceration situation. On exiting the tent, you were brought face to face with the so-called stars of the circus: the jester, the clown, the mime, the jokers, who were seemingly orchestrating said deal, and eventually the harlequin, who supposedly leads them all. Roshana in particular was rather off-put by these figures, the clown in particular, having a slight fear of his terrifying mask and unnaturally expanding form. The stars were rather interested by you newcomers and were squabbling about whose trial you should take. However, you were quick to point out to them that you had no intention of doing the trial to join the circus, but rather that you were doing it merely to get information from Vayne's secretive friends. With your intentions made clear, the stars eventually decided on an appropriate trial for you, to the dismay of the jester, in the form of a puzzle set out by two of the clown's protégés, Neilbog and Goblin. After a bit of back and forth between Rook and the clown, who Rook was certainly not enamoured with, and between the two goblins and Rook, who the goblins were certainly not enamoured with, a plan was set into place. In order to complete the trial and retrieve the trickster's hat, you were to follow the two tricksterish goblins into a small tent wherein the trial would commence. Guided by Rook's bat vision, you will enter the small tent and discover it to be much, much larger on the inside than out. Following along a dark corridor and followed by a wall closing in behind you, you soon arrived in a large and well-lit room with corridors leading off from it in all different directions. A postboard in the centre, the only piece of furnishing. On the board you found your instructions written on a piece of paper by the two little devils. To follow the path and follow it true, lest darkness and shadows befall you, and to catch Neilbog and Goblin by the stroke of midnight. It was at this point that Rook remembered his mother's tales about the Neilbog, and how they weren't just any ordinary goblin. Rook warned each of you that magic and trickery were most definitely afoot, and to be wary, which was definitely made clear by your sightings of the speedy goblins who were dashing to and fro throughout the rooms from all manner of directions, avoiding all your attempts to whack-a-mole them. Beneath the sheet of paper, you found your first step. You followed the path through for the first few steps, finding yourselves in rooms of near exact and repeating structure, until about step 5, when Rook took a hard right after seemingly arriving in the same room again, with the exact same instructions, believing it to be one of the goblin's tricks. Not realizing Rook was gone, Vayne and Roshana continued forward, leaving Kato to chase after Rook into a very dark room where they were attacked by teeth and claws, hidden within the darkness and tossed to the ground. Roshana and Vayne finally clocked that their companions were missing, and they deliberately took a wrong turn to hopefully find them again. After swinging and shooting wildly, one of Rook's guiding bolts finally impacted with the beast in the shadows, revealing a vicious large dog, shrouded and capable of hiding in the darkness, which Roshana immediately wanted to pet, though Spoopy Pupper had other ideas. Now that you had a bead on the target, you managed to slay the beast, which disappeared into a plume of smoke. You gathered yourselves, and Vayne reiterated the need to follow the instructions to the letter, however long it would stand to you. You returned to the room, Vayne and Roshana checking the board, before all 4 of you continued forward, and were split up again. Roshana and Vayne were at the next step, whilst Kato and Rook had seemingly been abducted into another dark room and were left to face another shadow beast alone. Propelled by smugness, Vayne and Roshana continued onward, facing some more instructions that were required for you to recall information from several steps back. In the meantime, Kato and Rook were #pressed as they destroyed another one of the shadow beasts, realizing that they had been subverted. You came to the conclusion that you had missed a step by blindly following Roshana and Vayne, which is why you had to face another beast. Eventually, having righted yourselves, and by following the instructions and recalling the previous steps, and overall not having a good time, marked by Rook discarding his feathered cowboy hat, you caught up with each other and completed the final step, entering a suspiciously large room. Upon a tall platform at the far end of the room, you saw Nilbog and Goblin pissing themselves laughing at your attempt at their trial, before Nilbog quickly turned angry that you were so close to completing it. Wanting to prevent you from getting any closer, Nilbog summoned a big boy spectral stater to do battle with you. Scimitars were swooshed, guiding bolts blasted, moonbeams casted down from the celestial sky above, and testes mocked and prodded with a rapier, before you finally slayed the spirit with a shillelagh bonk. With the satyr spirit now slain, a pedestal began to rise in the centre of the room. Everyone waited expectantly, but the supposed prize was nowhere to be seen. Upset that both his trial had been thwarted and the prize was nowhere in sight, Nilbog threw himself at Rook, hissing at you and convinced that you had found the prize already and were just making more fun of him. As it turned out, both Nilbog and Goblin also had no idea where the hat was, even though they had set up this trial, and both of them were looking to grab the hat for themselves. After a lot of bickering and threats thrown about, you all heard the distinct nattering of one particular raccoon. Poobell emerged from somewhere within the hall, and after a bit of coaxing down by Roshana, Poobell ran to the top of the pedestal. Rook, still being weighed down by Nilbog, grabbed Poobell and demanded that she give you the trickster's hat. Funnily enough, the little critter, non-talking raccoon also didn't have the hat, but instead she motioned for you to grab a hold of Nilbog and Goblin. You grabbed a hold of both, and in doing so, you completed the trial. On the center of the pedestal, a box appeared, which you quickly grabbed, much to the sorrow and dismay of Nilbog, who pleaded with you to just take them home. You exited the hall, prize in hand, and swiftly exited the tent, and the demiplane the trial was set on altogether. You arrived back in Gravella Square, the sky pitch black and the square completely empty. No sign of the giant circus tent having been there at all. The circus stars congratulated you on your success, though the clown was certainly disappointed in his little protégés. Vayne opened the box to find a rather unassuming-looking black leather flat cap, and the twins Leia and Liz squealed with delight. But, as the Joker pointed out to you all, you had an agreement. The twins would give you the whereabouts of your friend Vayne, Larima, if you retrieved the trickster's hat. There's no need to give them the hat at all, and the Jokers even encouraged that you did not. The twins pouted, but relented, and gave you a slip, Vayne, containing an address of where Larima should be. They wished you luck on your journey, as the twins themselves were about to embark on their own with the circus. You said your goodbyes to the twins and had some rather impolite goodbyes from Nilbog and Goblin, before, one by one, the stars of the Seven Stars Circus began to disappear into the night. Last to leave was the jester, who took Poobell from your arms, Roshana, and apologized for how things went down. They had hoped that your introduction to the circus would have been a more pleasant one, as you have come to learn that this circus is definitely a lot more than it seems. The jester said that when you do encounter them again, you'll have a little tea time first, and they could explain a little bit more to you about the circus. For now, though, you were left to your own devices. After the jester parted your company, with Poobell in tow, you were left in the square to figure out what your new hat could do, and how you are going to pay the carriage driver. And that is where we will pick up. So it is a little bit past midnight. You could see a carriage in the distance that has just stopped beside the square. What would you guys like to do?
Well, that was eventful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame we missed the rest of the actual circus.
Eventful is a word for it.
Shall we head to the carriage then and make our way back?
And hope we can pay the carriage.
I'm sure it's...
I mean, I've got some gold.
I mean, same.
How much could it be? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Money it will
Rook,
cost.
you caught
Oh no.
you caught a cold again.
I know. It was that damn raccoon. I shouldn't have
Maybe,
picked her
maybe
up.
you're allergic.
Maybe.
Rook, do you know? Rook, do you know by the stars what time it is, or?
He looks up at the sky. I don't, but the jester said it was just past midnight.
Oh, he did, didn't he? My apologies.
I think
Well-
they're they or she. I'm not sure.
Well, yes. It's difficult to tell when they're all dolled up. Oh, shall we then? And I'll sort of
Yeah.
gesture towards the garage.
I follow.
Sure.
Oh, Rook, where's your hat?
Oh. He gives you a look, Kato. I think I'm kind of done with the circus, to be honest.
Oh. Oh, well,
We
I mean,
didn't have such a fun time.
well, that's a shame. Maybe next time will be better.
Sure hope so.
Moderation. Everything in moderation.
I will, as we get to the carriage, I'll look at the guy
Mhm.
who I think didn't actually give me his name, if I remember correctly.
I think his name was Steve.
Name was Steve. Hang on.
You've probably got Dave written down.
I do have Dave written down.
It's Steve. It's Steve!
Steve! Alan! Hello, Steve. Sincerest apologies for keeping you waiting. And something eventful happened, and we were kind of not able to get out of it. I assume we were going straight back to the guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll head. I'll say, yes, if we could just go back to the Adventurers District and the Adventurers Guild, if possible.
Sure. Hop on in.
Very kind. And I'll hand him go. Why is there so many windows? I'll hand him one singular 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
One
Pockets it.
singular 5 silver pieces.
That's lovely. We are not bringing Electrum into this yet, okay?
What I would like to say, 1 Electrum, 1 PP. Yeah, and then I'll hop in the I was going to say caravan. Cartridge? Carriage. I think I might be having an aneurysm.
You okay? You good?
I don't know.
Okay, raise both your arms. Are they level?
Well, one's holding a bowl, so no. I think I'm okay.
Okay. It is a swift drive. As much as a 3-hour drive can be swift. The time is actually significantly dropped, though, because it is incredibly quiet at this time of night.
Yeah,
Do you
no
see-
rush hour.
Yeah, you see that the lights along the roads have been lit, giving a very warm glow to the streets as the carriage trundles along. And it's about
Can I
3 a.m. before you get back to the guild. Sure?
Yeah,
So-
just before we get back to the guild, sorry. Can I see where we were? I think I remember where we were on the map.
I think you're around here. I might be wrong.
All I can see is a thing that says
Circus.
Oh, shit. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm looking at it wrong.
That's cool. I was just like, that's an interesting looking map. It's just a big fucking flyer.
I think it was around here somewhere.
Yeah, that's where I thought it was. As we go through the Temple District,
Mm-hmm.
Is it Temple? Yeah, it's Temple.
Temple of Templar.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is it Templar? Can I just keep an eye out for any establishments that are looking very active in terms of like bars? Because I know you said that there was like through the Merchants District and the Templar District, there was a lot of bars, and actually the Adventurers District as well. Just to keep an eye out for any that look particularly bustling.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please. What are you doing?
I wish
Please.
it would just auto roll instead of me having to drag and drop. I'm sure there's a saying for it.
There is.
What are you dragging and dropping?
The dice.
The dice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
So,
Make
real quick, if you click the cog wheel and then go to dice options, and then there's a box that says automatically roll 3D dice.
Oh, the cog. Yeah, right. Not on my. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How very much? 10 for me.
10. On these main streets, there aren't as many businesses.
Okay.
You definitely remember from when you were going through the Adventurers Guild as well. Like the Knowles Belly Button Ring, that could be a potential like dive bar that people go to like in the wee hours of the morning. But that was also off the main street.
Yeah, it's like not like. Yeah, on the main. Yeah, it's kind of like.
Yeah.
In an alleyway.
Yeah, exactly. As you're going through the Templar District, you definitely see a few more bars, but it's difficult to see the names of them above, given how dark it is.
It makes sense.
But you know that there's a few there in the Templar District. You just need
Yeah.
to go back at 1 in the morning again to see.
Yeah, when it's not closing time.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to.
Alright,
Just chilling until I get back.
You eventually arrive back at the Adventurers Guild. The gates lazily swing open again. Carriage driver turns to you as you all hop out, and he gives a tap on top of this little counter. That's not what it's called. Little tally counter that it has on the bar that he has in front of him.
Yeah, the fair.
Yeah, pretty much. It is reading 5 gold and 3 silver.
I will pay the 5 gold. And how many silver?
3.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I gave him 5 silver a minute ago. Cheeky bastard.
If you want to take it up
There
with him,
you
you
go.
can.
I already paid it.
Okay.
Thank you kindly. Enjoy your night.
You too, Steve.
Carriage peels off around the little roundabout around the cold statue in the center and takes off. What would you guys like to do?
Not Dave.
Steve.
Steve. I assume everything is like dead quiet.
You do see
how
one or
long it
two...
take us to?
Sorry.
It's about 3 a.m.
Yeah, took about 3 hours to get back.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
It's a
Witching
big,
hour.
big city.
You do see
I think it's
1 or 2 people are still milling about.
What?
Alright,
Sorry.
so Vayne's dead.
No, you know when like you sit on someone else's desk chair and you've not got that like knowledge of how far you can lean back.
Oh yeah.
This chair goes back quite far, and I almost just died.
please don't die.
I appreciate that.
And
I'll try.
well, seeing how it's 3 a.m. or around there at least, I think I will just turn in.
Yes.
Same.
You said there was only a few people mulling around, so I think I'll turn into. It's been a bit of a
Bit of a long one.
Long day.
I moved you, Vayne. I'm sorry.
it's so cool. He's just meandering. Yeah, so when Vayne gets into the room, he'll ritual cast identify on the hat, because he didn't do it while we were just standing, because that would be
Yeah, so you've got all the information now in game.
Yeah. Cool. Lovely.
Lovely stuff. And if there's anything else, you guys gonna head off straight to sleep, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna flop my head on my pillow and dive into dreamland.
Nice.
Question. You can use an action to cast disguise self at will.
Yes.
Is that like a once per day?
No.
How is that?
That's what
So
at
you
will
can just-
means. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Hot damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick the hat on. Is it a tune?
It is attunement, yes. So please take a note of that.
Yeah. It does actually say at the top of the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I find reading really difficult. There's nowhere to put down achievements on here. So. No, it's fine. Okay, cool. I've got a cool hat. Unless someone else wants it.
Yeah, we can figure it out in the morrow.
Okie dokie. Well, good night all. And then Vayne will pull out his vial and he won't actually. He's just gonna lay down and go to bed. But he's gonna ponder on the twins like heading off with the circus, and also look at the information that he was given.
Yeah, so written on the slip, it says Bronston Square, Arcane District.
Bronston Square, Arcane District. Lovely. This is session 13, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Crikey.
And now is 13 lucky in the States?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait till the end of the session and then he'll tell you.
We'll find out.
Find out today.
But I guess not. I don't really know.
I don't think it's
I
lucky
think
here.
I think globally in the West it's considered a relatively unlucky number, because they
Yeah.
don't put it like on planes. They don't put a row 13. Some hotels don't have like a 13th floor, stuff like that. I think that's the same in the US.
Alrighty.
Bronston Square Arcane District.
So, after a long ass day and having to chase those two little bastards in the circus tent, sleep takes you all very quickly. It's not long before you're all snoring softly, either into your pillows, and some of you not so softly. But the morning does come to you. Just about. You got home about 3. So maybe about 11 or 12 you guys finally rouse
early
from your sleep.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Ah, the joys. Vayne is like just KO.
Knock it.
Yeah, he's enjoying his rest.
A few of you are woken up every now and then, say about 8 or 9, whereas people are starting to mill about outside in the Adventurers District. Some people getting their coffee, others are just passing by.
Where would they get coffee from?
Beans.
Beans!
Oh my god.
Sorry. Carry on.
So, it is a brand new day. What would you like to do?
Each
Have a
episode,
quick meditation.
while he's doing that, Vayne is still asleep.
Try
Just like-
and delay waking up and then just be awake but not.
It's just Kato, like, meditating in the middle of the room. Rook's doing his thing. And then Roshana and Vayne are on their separate beds, just, contorted into, like, snoring messes.
Yeah. Make sure you guys are long rested and leveled up.
Hey! I wake up feeling smarter and more charismatic.
Okay.
My
It's not in the
therapy
middle
hit
of the room,
points are
he's,
gone.
He's near the window. Near the window.
To the wall?
The window.
What?
To the wall.
No.
What window?
So, isn't there a window in here?
Yeah.
Is there not a window?
There is? Yeah. Were you asking about
Yeah,
the
that's
window?
right.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
No, because he said just in the middle of the room, but he's not. He's near the window.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I was asleep, so I didn't know where you were.
Disorientation by the sleepiness.
Well, this hat's quite nice. It allows one to disguise themselves at will, and you may also call on the trickster's luck to re-roll to allow you to, how do you say this in a non-gamey way? You can call on the trickster to increase your chances of having a better stealthy time once per day.
Which trickster?
It just says the trickster.
What says the trickster?
Oh, the on the tag here. It just says the trickster's hat. In addition, you can use it to cast the spell Seeming once per day without expending a spell slot.
What does that
Regaining
do?
the ability at the next dawn. So Seeming, I believe, you can change the appearance of an amount of people instead of, it's like disguise self, but for a group, I think.
Okay.
That sounds
Hmm.
useful.
Yeah, this could be handy in the future.
That allows you to change appearance of number of creatures you can see. Right, you give. Yes. So it disguises the clothing and equipment and such. And you can adjust your height by up to 1 foot. So yes, it's basically like a disguise self, but for multiple people.
Hmm.
And lasts quite a while, if I recall. I don't have the spell, but I've read about it somewhere, I think.
Interesting.
So what's the plan today?
Well, you You want to go speak to your friend, don't you?
Oh, if possible, I mean, if I don't want to take up everyone's time, is the only thing. So
No, of course we can go there. We could also check up with Clerk if there's maybe a quest.
Yeah.
that would be useful. We've had a down day. Get back on the gold grind, as it were.
I mean, you would have to be on the gold grind.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
So if possible, I would like to, and I look at the sheet of paper that the twins gave me. I'll say, so Larima, who's the associate, and friend that I was looking for, is apparently at Bronston Square in the Arcane District. And then, if possible, I think that is close to where they're holding Monty. So I would like to go and question him regarding the discrepancy between what the paper says and what the information I have is regarding the amount of gold. Because if it's less than that, than 5,000, it could happen quicker, which would be nice.
Yeah, we can
Very
go
well.
to see Monty.
Sounds good.
Oh, cool. If everyone's happy with that, I'm happy to. Also, yes, check on Clerk and see if there is any quests. So I think get up and breakfast if possible. Well, I guess
Yeah.
early lunch, brunch.
Yeah,
What is brunch?
it's a combination of breakfast and lunch.
Yes, it's like 11sies.
Yes.
I don't know what that is either.
It's like when you haven't eaten breakfast yet and you haven't eaten lunch yet, but it's close to lunch. So
At around 11.
yeah, that's when you eat. That's brunch.
And like second breakfast.
Yeah.
I've heard a second breakfast. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Excellent.
You need to have the
So we
first
could go
breakfast
through all of
first.
them. Yes, exactly. And Vayne will kind of like make himself look dapper, trying his new flat cap at different angles, and saying, "Does anyone else think this would be more useful on them? I can already. Wait, no, I can't. I mean, just in case other people wanted to use it, it's here.
I think it's good on you for now.
I already have a hat, so maybe someone else.
You can use it. I don't need it.
Okay, I put the flat cap on and then I put my cowboy hat over the top of it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Somehow I will get it like weaved in. Also, this is entirely unrelated to anything that's happening, but when you were doing the recap, you said Leia and Liz.
Oh, it's Liza and Lay. Yeah, I got that wrong.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's just because when I heard Leia, I was like, wait, what? Princess Leia?
Oh my god.
She's here. But yeah, I think he'll make himself look prim, proper, and gorgeous, and breakfast.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Oh,
If you want, where'd you want to get Bricky?
Breakfast place.
Okay.
Dulhan's head, I guess.
If you want, I'm just saying there's other options, you know.
No, I know. I'm just thinking it would be. It's quite a distance to go to the bakery, or the one I know about.
Yeah, sure.
But if everyone's happy, Oh wait, what time is it?
It is, we'll say 11:30.
What Monday is it?
Sorry?
What day is it? It's
It's
the
Anarish.
Why is my mouse not moving? Help. Anaresh, I have to meet him on Balloony. Okay, tomorrow I've got to
Yeah.
meet him. Nobody panic.
It sounds like you're panicking.
Yeah, sounds like you're the one getting the spiked heart rate.
Yes. I just don't. I feel sort of out of sorts for some reason. Off we go.
Well,
then.
last night was pretty wild.
Yeah.
It was.
Are you sure it's not
You
the
see-
hat?
No, I think. Oh, I mean, maybe it could be the hat.
I think
Is
that's
it
something Rook
cursed?
would say.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll feel fine after breakfast. Probably just hungry, low blood sugar.
Hmm.
And I'll sort of start popping downstairs
Mhm. Yeah, so you
if I
guys
could.
head
move.
over to the Doulahan's head.
Ye-
Oh, do I go over? You head on in.
You see, there's a couple of people in already. Some are finishing off their breakfast, some are ordering their lunch. You see Baz is just behind the counter, kind of just wiping at his brow and pinching the bridge of his nose a little bit before he begins cleaning up again.
Yeah. Morning, Baz.
Morning. What's left of it?
Well, I guess we had a late one.
We're here for 11-inch.
Food. Drop food?
Yeah.
He means
Brunch.
brunch.
Yes.
Okay, I can muster something up.
Who would like 11 inches of brunch?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Promptly leaves. Jumps out of the window in the back. He never returns. Fucking Rook coming in. I would like 11-inch, please.
I was trying to say 11-inch, but it didn't come out right.
Oh, right. It sounded like 11-inch. It's like, oh, wow. It's like Rook's trying to get cozy with Baz.
Oh, God.
Oh lord.
Rook comes back. What
Oh,
happened to me
boy.
last session?
You asked for something you should not have asked for.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, dear Roger. Well, so how did we feel about what went on last night? It was a bit strange with all the talk of joining them and trials and such. I do apologize. I didn't think it would be that much of a fiasco.
I'm just glad it's over.
Yes.
I'm not.
It's not very fun fighting what you can't see.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I don't mean to sound unsympathetic, but I kind of thought you'd be used to that by now.
I mean, yeah, that.
There should be
Well-
something that could, I don't know. I mean, I have a spell I can use to, let you see in the dark for a little bit, but
I don't think there'll be so much of a problem anymore.
Oh.
I
do you have special eyes?
I don't know about specialize, but just
It's all the training
Bit
in the
more
dark really
aware.
paid off.
a bit more aware of my surroundings.
Well, hopefully that goes well for you. If not, we can all take care of it, I'm sure. and just sort of direct you on where to stab.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, Vayne. Whatever you say.
I'm smart now.
Oh my god.
I'm smart now.
Smart.
I think the hat is doing something to Vayne's brains.
Hey, don't say that. My IQ's in the 2 digits now.
It looks a bit tight around the top of your head. And you've got another hat on top of it, weighing it down.
Yes, it looks good though.
Opinion
maybe-
is not required here.
It's a bit too tight.
I'll take one of the hats off and place it on the table. It'll be the cowboy one. Yeah. But I'll pick it up when we leave.
Baz eventually comes back. He goes, we've got a light soup. Might be a good start to the morning, and then good whole wheat bread.
Is the whole wheat bread 11 inches? Like a foot long sub?
I'd have to whip up my
Just-
dick and measure against it. I'm sorry, I'm in a bad mood.
Just give us the soup and bread.
He lifts up the little hatch here and brings it out to you.
Is everything okay, Baz? You
Just-
seem busy night, or?
You could say that, certainly.
Well, if there's anything we can do, over here.
Girl troubles.
Not so much.
Boy troubles?
Not so much either. Just
Yeah,
very
Person
busy.
troubles?
Sorry? I missed that.
Person troubles?
Every person troubles, yes.
Yeah.
Just a bit light on sleep is all.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, if there's anything we can do,
No, appreciate that. Just enjoy your meals and see if you need anything else, just shout.
Will do.
Absolutely.
Alright. He also behind the bar. The bar, and begins cleaning.
You're on a roll today.
Shut up!
Just
Leave me alone!
randomly pulls in a fucking Camaro or
I
something.
had 14 hours sleep for a reason, okay?
Oh, I'm jealous.
It wasn't good sleep, I'm just gonna say that.
Oh.
It was a
well,
deep sleep.
It was a reset sleep going, what?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Those are good, though.
I mean, I woke up in the middle of REM, so I feel like death.
Yeah, I feel that. I've had the same. I've only had like 4 hours of sleep.
Guys, why?
Sad.
Can I, what kind of soup is this?
It's a very light vegetable soup. Got a bit of potato in there to give it a bit of girth.
Okay.
You
you
wanted
mean
11 inches,
substance?
you're getting 11 inches,
No.
okay?
11 inches and girthy. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Right, anyway. I'm trying to remember what the spell is called. Can't I do a song for rest?
That would be a bard ability and not
Yeah.
necessarily a spell.
Yeah,
Well,
and people have
yeah,
to roll
that
hit
was-
die to avail of it. And I think
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking for I wasn't sure if it was on a short rest because I was hoping that maybe I could do it and make Baz feel a little bit more
well, you can play for him,
know.
certainly.
rested. Well, I'll have my breakfast and then I'll play here. I'll play for some. I'll play something for him. Words hard, difficult, challenging.
I know.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, so I'll have my 11-inch soup first, and and enjoy that, and then I'll maybe go over and say I can maybe play something if it might make you feel a little more rested. If that may help.
I'm fine, really. It's just a lack of sleep more than anything else.
Oh, okay. Well, as I say, you know where we are.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Also, the soup's very nice.
I'm glad you like it. So you're happy
Right.
with soups? Is there anything else you'd like to do, or?
I don't think Vayne has anything he wants to talk about currently. I think we've discussed what the plan is for the day, so, or at least for the, couple of hours.
There is something I'd like to discuss.
Oh?
Yes.
When it comes to my abilities, I request that you keep it to yourselves, at least for now.
Which ones? Your special eyes or the mind Roshana move?
Well, let's just say people don't take too kindly to speaking in their heads.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I forgot you had that one.
Right. I thought you told me all humans could do that.
No.
Okay. My mistake.
I don't think all humans can do that. Well, you never know. Yes, of course, we can keep it quiet.
Mhm.
No one else needs to know, as long as we're aware of the advantages your abilities can can give us in certain situations. Don't see why anyone else needs to know.
Thank you.
Your secret is safe with us.
Hopefully.
That didn't sound reassuring.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe this hat is cutting the circulation off to my brain. But I'll never take it off.
Right.
Yes.
Ooh, look at this. And I'll change into Baz.
Oh,
If this is your idea of flattery, it's not working.
Well, it's just, if you needed to take a day off. And then I changed back to Vayne. Yes, that wasn't it. That
Baz
wasn't
just-
attempt at a Baz voice.
Baz just pinches the bridge of his nose again.
I knew I should have stayed in bed today.
I wanted to,
Rook walks
but
up.
I had to get up. You were meditating so loudly.
Rook walks around and
Oh my god.
places the his dishes up on the counter and goes,
thank you for the 11 inches. And walks back. Are we good to go?
Yep, I feel like we should leave.
Jeez.
Thanks, Baz. See you later.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
he just gives you a wave as you walk out.
Okay, no.
Leave stuff. Keep walking.
Yeah. Bring stuff
Oh,
there.
wait.
Go
Sorry,
back.
did
Go
Rook
away.
not take everyone's dishes? I'll go back
I
in.
don't know.
No,
I
you
don't
know.
lazy
know.
piece of.
I thought if he was going over there, he would have picked everyone's up. Jeez.
In fairness, I heard dishes plural.
Yeah, same.
His dishes. I said his dishes.
Gosh.
Well, man,
Well,
Rook-
I put my stuff there anyway. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I
Yes.
go back and I pick up my dishes, and I put them over here, and I wave at Baz, and then I come back out.
He just gives you a quick wave with the hand before he goes back to work. Mother of God.
Mother of God. Stop talking about 11 inches.
You guys brought it up. I said 11 minutes.
You cut out there, so all I heard was okie dokie. So clerks, and then on the side. I guess I'll walk over to clerks.
Hello, Vayne de Front.
Hello, clerk.
How can I help
Is
you
there-
today?
Oh, just checking in. Is there any quests available?
Oh, one moment. You see, he leans back slightly in this chair, excuse me, and tilts his head back. Before his head crests forward again, he sits up straight.
Oh no, I can't hear anything anymore.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hello, hello.
Is it me?
You're looking for?
Wow. Hello, Roshana.
Roshana!
Oh
I
no.
believe she's been
no.
taken into a pocket dimension, guys.
Oh no.
Check your audio.
She might just need to drop out and jump in again.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I can hear things again. Hello.
Okay.
Hooray! I told you it was me.
Oh,
I quickly went downstairs to grab some tea and I was like, why is it so quiet? This is
Oh.
scary.
Well, you
I
get-
think it's my mug because my mug says die in Dutch on it, so it might have
Oh.
killed my yeah.
well.
Ooh,
Wait,
fishing.
what's the Dutch word for die?
Sterf.
Oh,
So in German it's sterb, like with the B at the end, but in Dutch it's with the V at the end.
oh,
Serve.
Yes.
Lovely.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Clerk wearing. That's where we were.
Yep. I have been requested to ask you to take no quests today. The
Oh.
guild heads would like to speak with you.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure this is fine.
Yeah, we can go
Could
check
you-
out what they want.
Can you give us an idea whether it's good news?
Oh, I believe you are near your end of probation. Yes.
Which one?
Hmm.
Yes, probably.
Don't say that.
Unaware of any other probationary periods for adventurers.
Yes, I think that's just a personal one.
All
Well,
set.
do we have to see them at a specific time or place?
Soon as possible would be preferable. They are currently in the guild building proper.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Well, thanks, clerk.
You are welcome.
I guess
Hmm.
we'll
I guess they're in that building.
Oh, they might ask us for a group name.
Oh.
What?
Really? Is that something that
know.
actually happens?
People establish group names all the time.
What? Any ideas?
Not particularly. I hadn't really thought about it.
Maybe we can tell them that. We'll get back to them.
I guess that
Probably.
seems reasonable if they spring it on us. Right. I guess we just go in.
Sure. I mean, it would be kind of silly to spring it on them and then spring it on someone And then they say something
Yeah.
stupid, and then you're left with something stupid.
That is true.
Well, at least now we have a plan.
Be like Roshana and the Rochettes.
We'll put that on the list of names we don't use.
Very well. And I'll walk towards the door.
Mhm.
Is there anyone milling around?
A few peeps. Yeah, just.
Is that
So,
is that you know the guy that Kato keeps? Is it Kato that keep like seeing the guy that was out here?
Mhm.
Is he around, or is he like off doing a job somewhere?
Give me a perception check, please.
Hey-ya. 9.
You see a good few people milling about. Others are waiting for the carriages to arrive. Some people are even just sitting on the steps leading up into the guild building proper. They're just hanging out. Don't see this individual though. No.
I'm thinking like college campus.
Kind of.
okay.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No worries. I was just seeing if it was about. Because he seems to always just be standing here.
Oh,
Being
that
an NPC.
random NPC. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. So I guess we'll go up to the doors and go in.
Yeah.
Like how it can do.
So you see the large arched double doors. You enter past them, and walk into the guild building proper. You pass by the 2 suits of armors. I don't know if that's plural. 2 suits of armor? 2 suits of armors. Whatever.
Two suits of armor.
You see 2 suits standing either side. There are steps leading up into the long, airy marble hall that you walked down on your first day here. A whole last week ago. A long, long, long week ago. You don't see anybody, but you hear voices close by. Unable to see exactly where they're coming from, but they are distinct. Aldo, I need this done today. Priestess Alara has called for Miss Roshana to become aware. I'm to meet with them tonight at the Grave District. We cannot put this off any longer. Though it pains me to say it, as a group, they have far exceeded expectations. They are naive, yes, and slightly bratty, but they've done extremely well, given the circumstances.
Is that Luxon?
It sounds like Luxon, yeah. I can't say
That guy.
I can't say some of us weren't like that when we first started out. Well, you can speak for yourself, Luxon. Regardless, I'd be shocked if they were to turn down the offer now. They also have much potential. I can see it.
They also know that we're here to help. I mean, they've dropped by the sanctuary a few times. I think out of the lot that we've had come through this year, they seem to be the most thoughtful.
You hear a long sigh. I hear you all. I do. But I know you can also understand why I give them this choice. In some ways, it feels like only yesterday we set out. All of us. We will open our arms to them, though I myself, I'm growing weary. Luxon, what of this boy, though? When this task you mentioned is complete, do you think he is inclined to continue with us? There is a long pause, and it stretches out for a moment and a half. That is his choice, as you said yourself, Aldo. Very well. Let us go greet them.
The only thing is, I don't have that spell prepared for today. Can we... Oh, hi, Rick.
You turn as you see the small but bright form of Fern Fiddlehead, seemingly walking out of the wall closest to you. Behind her immediately, you see Lady Alvis, bright fiery red hair and beard. Oh, you're here. It was getting a bit late in the day. I hope you got your rest in. Were you out late last night?
Yes.
Circus kept us up.
I'm glad it was that and nothing else. Nothing nefarious, anyway.
Thinks about the giant satyr they had to fight.
Thinks about the sweet doggos.
You see Lux and Madame Vorsa also appears out of the wall. And finally, Professor Gilmore. Ah, you are here. It seems the time has come to decide whether you would join this guild. Usually we hold the ceremony on the day a week after you're welcomed, but I've been informed that matters are to be expedited. How are you all doing?
Can't complain.
Actually pretty good for now.
You've done a couple of quests.
Yes. Doing okay.
Rook gives you a bit of a look. All right.
Sorry, just ran upstairs.
What, in-game and out-of-game as well?
Yeah, it
I
seems
think
like
so,
it.
yeah. Was I ran up like 3 or 4 times because I was trying to get dogs and things.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, no
that's-
worries.
so I missed literally everything you said. So
No, no worries.
except that one last bit. Yes, I'm doing well enough.
Right. Well, we've seen from the quest that you've completed that you're doing extraordinarily well. I don't think any other person or group that we've had come in this season has been quite as tenacious in finishing their quests.
Clerk said we should do them as quickly as possible. So
That is
The job's on the board, it's available. We're just trying to take care of business.
Yeah.
They also did do the Guild and Burst quest as well. To after we've had some fallen adventurers, unfortunately, from this season, they did clean up as well. That is good. Please come away from the steps for a moment. We'll move further into the hall. Just don't want anybody listening in. Private matters.
Sure.
Walk further down into the hall. I
It's
don't want
that
to hear
kind of day.
I know.
It's that...
You walk further down into the hall, lined on either side. You see various different statues, various different beasts and peoples. Aldo turns towards you, and you see that the rest of the guild heads have kind of not encircled you, but they're not trying to group up and make it feel like a group, you versus them kind of thing. They're kind of just standing about.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose the question is if you are ready to join the guild officially.
So I take it this probationary period was a sort of trial run.
Well, yes, and for you and for us, we want to make sure adventurers are good, upstanding folk. I mean, you could be awful as you like, but we would like you to have a little bit of nobility and humility with this job. It's not easy.
That's understandable.
Rewards are great, but the risks are, one could say, even greater. So we want to make sure that you are in the right headspace, and people also to figure out for themselves if they are in the right headspace. This isn't for everyone. We've already had, as you're well aware, a few deaths, and some people have just left.
50-50, right?
Roughly, yes.
Yeah.
But we do have a few more for tomorrow that will be inducted. But, you might want to explain. You see Alva steps forward and she says, there is something I would like to show and inform you all, as you were involved in that fiasco back on Public's Day.
With the undead.
Yes, and you in particular, Roshana. Priestess Alara has been asking about you, and she has asked for a meeting between me, you, and her.
She did mention that, yes.
Oh, good.
I went to meet her recently, so...
Right, lovely.
Flashback to nearly being drowned.
Yep.
Well, what we are hoping to share with you isn't something that the public should know about either.
Fair.
And, well, this isn't information that we share outside of the guild, so if you are willing, I'd like for you to be inducted today, so that when we go down there, we're following protocol and all the admin business that needs to be ticked off. It's entirely up to yourselves.
Are we required to join as a group, or is it individuals?
It is as individuals, yes. We do find though that people tend to group together. Adventuring alone is treacherous.
Yes, of course. Let's just use where you said, about nobility and honourable and such. Just aware that I may have not had the best start.
Well, a lot of us don't. But this is your chance now.
Fair enough.
And I mean, I don't want to join under false pretenses. I mean, my goal for the short term, at least, is not specific to the guild. It's to assist a friend of mine. But I have met these wonderful people during my short time here, and I think I would like to try and continue this.
All right. This isn't something I would say that you would want to join with a conflicted mind. If you wish to extend your probationary period, that is fine as well.
Well, I don't want to cause you any issues, of course.
It's not an issue, of course, at all.
It's not that I'm necessarily conflicted. I mean, being an adventurer hasn't been a goal of mine. It's something I've perhaps fallen into due to some strange circumstances. But I do think it certainly opens up doors for future endeavors for me. So I am more inclined than not to continue with it.
Very well. And how about the rest of you?
It's a bit of a no-brainer for me, because I didn't want to be the adventurer going out alone. So I would like to join, yes.
Same here.
I would like to join. I just wonder how, should circumstances arise, how easy it might be to exit.
Well, that is also an option available to you. Certainly better to approach us yourself and to say that you don't want to follow this lifestyle anymore, and that's perfectly fine. Much rather that than us having to chase you down because you've done something bad. But it's... What we've done here at the Guild is we want you to take the initiative. We're giving you options, we're not forcing you into anything. It's your life and you live it how you wish, but just don't try to drag this through the mud and...
Then I will join, if you'll have me.
Very well. He gives a look around to all the other guild heads and they just give him a nod and they begin walking back to the front of the building. He goes, well, if you follow us then.
A nod.
Yeah, I'll look at Lux and then I'll look at Albus.
Albus?
That isn't it? Albus?
Elvis.
What? No, what's the... what's Gilmore's first name?
Don't think you heard. You might have. It certainly
I
wasn't Albus.
I thought...
Harry, did you put your name into the goblet of fire?
Yeah, yes I did. I swear I've heard him called Albus.
Okay. You head...
I don't know, maybe I'm just insane.
Are you thinking of Vivek Elvis?
No, I was thinking of Professor Gilmore.
You've seen...
Oh,
You look at Gilmore and you look at Luxon.
yeah. Sure, those two.
But that's what you said!
Yeah.
You just
Okay,
look between them then as they're walking?
I was just looking at... I'll look at Lux and look at Albus, and then I'll just follow along.
Grand. You walk back to where the steps were leading into the hall, and you take a right. You see ahead of you, Madame Vorsa, the large woman with the almost vestment-type clothing, has walked on ahead, just passing through the wall with ease.
Vorsa Cresslum.
Yes.
See? I do know my shit.
You see...
I'm not completely insane.
You see Fern walks up to the wall and she goes,
Don't worry, it's just an illusion. There's a door right through there. We just have the illusion in place so people, not at the guild, don't go wandering where they're not supposed to. Oh, the door's open. I should have said you could go right through.
Oh yes, we've seen this sort of magic before. And
Yeah.
I'll walk through, and Vayne will plug his ears because I have to be back again because the dog's barking.
okay, no worries. So, you pass through the illusion. And as you do, it kind of feels like, feeling like the silk of a scarf draping across your face. And you can kind of see through it. It's got like that kind of translucency, but the color of the wall just kind of colors everything behind it. It's a calming feeling as you pass through. And you walk into a small, almost like rectangular chamber. It's longer than it is wide. At the far end of the chamber, you could see a small set of steps leading up to a small platformish area. There looks to be a small basin of some kind with a round groove set into the very front of it. There is also a small area like behind the basin as well. A door set into the far end, into the wall, seemingly leading onwards, and above the door is this outline of what you recall to be of the guild's crest, so like the profile of a gold dragon. On either side of this small room, you see windows. And logically, they shouldn't be, but you could see the sky outside. A few spires from this building itself and from other buildings poking into the grey sky above. But the room itself is warmly and brightly lit. You feel the presence of Professor Gilmore beside you, Kato, peering through his spectacles and down his long snout to see your faces.
I'm sure you will find this whole ordeal to be rather dubious, but I assure you that our intentions are pure and simple. We are about to hold a ceremony to induct you. The material component for the ceremony, however, is a drop of your blood. How does that sound to you?
Dubious indeed.
Yeah. He goes, Lumedi, if you could explain, please.
You turn and see, standing, just having walked out of the door at the far end of the room.
Is this the gloomy looking lady? No, that's Darkstone.
You see, donning what looks to be studded leather armor and dressed in a work shirt beneath, adorned with numerous belts and pouches and baubles hanging off their sides, a silver dragonborn, peering down at you through spectacles, similar to Gilmore's. He was kind of just rather awkwardly standing there holding a small plush kind of raspberry red cushion, velvet in their hands, and you see a large glint of gold catches you. You see 4 large gold rings sat atop of the cushion.
Oh, welcome. We need the drop of your blood to dab your signet rings with, as well as a drop to go for you to put into the basin.
Vayne will pull out his dagger and stab himself in the finger.
You see as like a dribble of blood just begins pouring out onto the ground. You see Fern walks over and with the flourish of her hand just begins to mop up the blood. We don't need that much! No!
I may have pushed a bit harder than I thought. My apologies.
You see everyone's kind of just staring at you, between you and Lumedi, and then kind of waiting for an explanation for both of you. From both of you. Then Gilmore just says,
We do this as a mean to induct you into the halls. The rings also have a very important role in monitoring your status.
Vayne sticks his finger in his mouth.
which is to say...
Not to...
Sorry, please go ahead.
Not to question your methods. I'm just simply curious of the purpose of the basin.
Let me explain. So, by imbuing these rings and this basin with the essence of your blood, should you pass while you're on a mission or a quest or anywhere really within Kilar'une, we will be made aware of your passing here at the guild. And then we can contact your friends or family should they remain. We can also use the ring to hopefully locate your remains and retrieve them, and put an end to whatever sought your demise.
I see.
It's rather garish, I understand, and it's quite morbid to speak about, but this is
It's-
the reality.
It's alright. I just curious. I'll hold out a finger.
Please, come here. And Limedi, like, rushes over to one of the chairs at the side and just places the cushion down for a second. She picks up one of the rings. If you could, come here, please. And place your arm where the groove is.
I do.
Okay. And she turns your hand over so the back of your hand is facing you. Places the ring on your middle finger, and you see that it's a large, chunky gold ring. And it is a signet ring, so there should be like a design or something on the front, but it's completely smooth. She says, hold on. And she pulls out a little needle. You see for a moment she breathes between her teeth, and you just see the littlest little streak of what looks to be cold air condensed into this fine little stream and just goes over the top of the needle. She pulls out a little wipe then and wipes it against your middle finger. She goes, little prick. And just
She called you a prick.
she just dabs it into the tip of your finger, and you feel the little wince of pain. And she just squeezes your finger. Blood comes out. She takes the ring off your finger as the blood is oozing out, dabs your finger, puts the ring back on, and you see that the ring almost begins to glow. You feel a hot sensation around the ring of your where the ring is around your finger before it ceases. And you watch as a drop of blood just blinks into the basin below. For Kali, for Kilar'une, and for its people, we offer ourselves. And she motions for you to step away from the basin.
I'll step back.
I'll just reach my hand out.
Okay. Lumedi takes her hand and just places it back on the basin, turns her hand over. Like, does a little hop over to where the rings are, pulls out another one, and just repeats the same process again, Roshana, until you have a little ring now around your finger. Clean-faced, no design on the front. Vayne, would you like to go or shall I?
Vayne pulls his finger out of his mouth. I'm still bleeding, so may as well go. And I'll go and walk towards the place.
You see, you place your hand down, and Limedi, she looks up at you for a second, and then quickly hops over to where the rings are, gets the second to last one, and she begins to place it on top of your finger, and you see that her hand is getting quite shaky, and the blood is starting to drip, and she just collapses. Oh God! You see Elvis runs over and just begins fanning her. She goes, "She's fine."
Did I do something wrong?
No, she's a bit squeamish.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'll put the finger in my mouth.
I'm fine. I'm fine. If I could just sit down for a moment, please.
No.
I'll get up out of the chair.
What chair?
I thought I sat in a chair.
No!
We've been standing.
Elvis lifts Lumedi up and then just brings it over, and then she gives her a little fan. You see Fern runs over at this time, and again with another flourish, puts a little bloom, looks to be like a primrose in her hand, and just places it against Lumedi's snout. Elvis walks over and takes her hand, Vayne, turns it over as your arm is placed down against the basin. Takes the ring, places it against your finger, and just very quickly just pricks your finger. Blood begins to pour. Takes the ring off, dabs it against the blood, puts the ring back on. Blood begins to drip down.
For Kali, for Kilar'une, and for its people, we offer ourselves. Take a seat, Vayne.
Oh, I can sit down now. Cool. Thank you.
Oh boy. And for the sake of brevity, the same thing happens for Rook.
Makes sense. Did he prick another finger? Like a different finger?
She did, yeah.
Right. So I just stabbed myself for no reason.
Yep.
Cool. Sweet. Good to know.
You see,
I like to give off a professional vibe.
you see Professor Gilmore steps forward and goes, well, you're all very welcome. I hope that
Thank
you'll
you.
do good work and reap the rewards for it. Should you need anything at all, you please feel free to ask for any of us. If you speak to Clerk at the front and just let him know that you should speak with us, you certainly may. With those rings as well, you should be able to see a little bit more of the guild. Also, there's a 10% discount for adventurers.
Boggies. Is that everywhere in the guild?
Yes, most places. I believe. He looks about the other guild heads and they kind of just shrug, like, I don't know.
We own the place. We don't have to pay. And sorry, what was the name of the person that I made pass out?
It's a Lumedi. You see the
Lumedi.
Dragonborn is now sitting up a bit proper. She goes,
She good?
I'm fine, just sorry. Me and Blood don't get on.
You're in the wrong profession. And I'll look at someone. Can someone heal my finger? Just so I don't want her to pass out again.
You see Albus walks over and just casts her hand over your finger, and immediately it's like the skin begins to sew itself back up.
Thank you very much. I do apologize. Lumedi, I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Oh, I should mention as well, with those rings, what you can do. Should you pass out, you'll have a slight advantage at regaining consciousness. While you're attuned to the ring, of course.
Oh, excellent.
So in, rules terms.
D&D speak.
D&D speak. Basically, if you are attuned to the ring, you get an advantage on your first death saving throw.
Ooh.
Is that like per day?
No, it's whenever you go unconscious.
Okay,
Oh, okay. So
first time every time.
Okay.
But you have to be attuned. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The ring
Right,
isn't
right.
coming off. Not for a while, at least. Vayne looks at his hands, and kind of smiles to himself, as he thinks, "Oh, the first of many." Monty would like it.
Oh, while you're here as well, there'll be more information about it later. We haven't had the time really to sit down and chat about it, but the celebration of good fortune is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Usually there is the Warriors Clash celebration as well. That is when different groups are pitted against each other, or some certain groups go up against different beasts or monsters. It's a tournament sort of situation. If you would like to take part and endorse the guild, you certainly may. That again, it would be for
Sounds
another
interesting.
couple of weeks.
Mhm.
I think the prize is meant to be good this year. Yes, but regardless, if you do decide to, well, if you do or don't, if you decide to become a group, a name might be a good idea. And you'll see that your signet rings are bare at the moment. There's no design on them. So if there's an emblem or something that you would like, we can do that for you as well.
Group sigil. Oh my god.
Is the sigil individual based or is it by group?
It should be by group. Yes, but if you want to, the magic's a bit. You see, Lumedi speaks up again. As she was saying, the magic's a little bit funny, but you could have it so that you can change the sigil. So you can have the group sigil, and then you can have like an initial. So to say, if you wish to sign off letters or something.
Incredible.
I see.
Well, unless there's anything else, I'm afraid I have to dash. I needed for a meeting at the academy. Very welcome again to you all.
Oh, are you going to the Arcane District?
I will be, yes.
Oh, I think we were heading there, to be honest.
And you see he's contemplating very, 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 very hard.
Mhm.
I need to travel alone, if that is all right.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. I was just mentioning that we were going there.
Very well. Good day to you all.
Oh yes, good day. It's the and I'll kind of look at all the other
Gilmore takes his
guildheads.
leave. Yeah.
The library. What kind of books are held in there? Is it
Oh,
arcane tomes or just information on anything and everything?
it's more information based. Well, there are some arcane tomes that Gilmore has written himself that are up there. Kind of depends. What do you mean arcane? Do you mean like casting spells or about the world?
Well, just sort of about various magics and sort of information on certain things like spells and shit.
Spells and shit. Okay. You can give it a look.
I'll have a look. Thank you. We went to see Planstival
Oh, okay.
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Was she? Fern wasn't there, was she? She was busy.
No, she was busy. Yeah.
And he said something about it was a bit of a struggle to get all the nutrients and stuff because obviously there's a lot of plants there. I know I've mentioned it before, but just keep an eye on him for me.
Of course, but that's a very natural part of life, Vayne.
Well, yes, I know, but he's not exactly the most natural of things.
This is true.
So I just and knowing his difficult past, or at least the bit of it that we do know, I just would like him to, be safe.
You see her brow furrows for a bit, and she goes,
Would it be better, do you think, if maybe Planstifer wasn't awakened?
Sorry, what do you mean?
As in, he wouldn't be able to talk anymore, but he'd live his life as a normal plant.
I don't think. I mean, I feel that would entirely be his decision.
That is true. Yes.
His own person. I don't know. I don't know if he gets lonely or, enjoys being able to be sentient, kind of. Yeah, that would be something to perhaps take up with him. But should he want to not be awakened, I would appreciate being able to say goodbye before.
Oh, of course. It's not that I wish to
Yes.
silence him.
And she's giving you a very peculiar look.
But, Vayne, he is a plant.
No, I'm aware. He's a very nice plant.
A lot of plants are nice.
Yes, but I can't talk to a lot of plants.
Yes, which is why I'm saying it might be an idea if he wasn't awakened. You seem very attached.
I just, he's quite adorable.
Yes,
And-
that's true.
A good listener.
You see her eyes soften a little bit, and she goes,
Vayne, there are people that you could talk to here.
Anyway,
I think that's where the problem lies. It's people.
Yeah, people can be funny.
Yeah. Planstifer doesn't really have opinions on human-based things or people-based things.
anyway, sorry, it's a topic for another time, perhaps. I look at the other guild heads are still here, correct?
you see that Vorsa and Luxon have just walked off. All this talk of plants.
That's fair. I shan't keep you anymore. Thank you, Fan.
Lady Alphek was still there, right?
Yes, she is, and she is waiting specifically for you.
I thought so. Lady Alphek, when should we be having this meeting with the priestess?
It will be tonight at the gates of the Graves District at 6 o'clock, sundown.
Okay.
So I asked Clark specifically that you don't go any jobs today, just so that you're available.
Yeah, he did say that
Yes.
we weren't going to have any quests today.
Aye. And I mean no offense to any of you by that. It's just I know how quests can be. They can eat up into your time, and before you know it, it's nightfall and trying to find a way back home.
Yeah.
If you could be at the gate for 6 o'clock, and I shall meet you there, and I'll escort you in.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'd highly suggest that people... Depends how queasy you are, but you might want to have a light meal before you go in.
Yeah, that
Nothing too
that
heavy.
don't smell great.
Alrighty, well I've other business to attend to.
Of course.
You're all very welcome, and Gilmore's not just saying that either. If you would like to speak to any of us, please just let Clerk know, and we'll come down to you, or he'll leave a message with us, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
All right.
Righty, and she gives you all a nod and walks out the door.
Good thing is the arcane district is next to the grave quarter.
Did Luxon and who did Luxon leave?
Luxon and Vorsa.
Not necessarily with. Okay,
Yeah.
it was Vorsa. Did they go a specific direction?
It looked like they left the guild building.
Okay. Okay. Are we heading off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna pop by Clerks and see if he knows where Luxon is. I wanted to just have a tiny word with him. Before we go, but if he's busy, then it's not super urgent.
Mhm.
I guess I'll go back out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jog over to Clerk and say, Clerk, you wouldn't happen to know where Luxon is, would you?
Oh, I'm afraid he just left.
The guild.
Yes.
Okay. No worries.
Would you like me to take a message?
No, I'll find him later.
All right. Enjoy your day.
Thank you kindly. You too, Clerk.
All right,
And
so
I'll go.
what is the order of business? What would you like to do?
Carriage?
Yeah. How long would it take us to get to the places we need to go with the carriage?
Let's take a looky.
So
Yee.
2.5 hours to.
Okay, so you want to get to front and square, just about here. That'll take you about an hour, 2 hours and a half.
Uh-huh.
Man, on my top, my guessing.
And
times.
then to the grave district is...
Wait, what time is it now?
It is roughly, we'll say it's
What,
12 because you woke up about
oh,
half
okay.
11, then you had breakfast,
Uh-huh.
all that shebang.
Okay,
So we'll say 2.5 hours. Let me write that down.
that's 2.5, so that's 2:20, 2:30. And then, I'll say like another, hour?
You're going the wrong way.
No, I'm just trying to gauge
I
something.
think he wants to
That's
see about
another-
where.
Another hour, right?
I can't see because your yellow thing is in the way.
I do apologize.
Yeah, another hour and a bit.
Mm-hmm. That's like half through. What time do you need to be at the Grave District?
6 p.m.
And that's the Grave District, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there... Oh, you have to go that way.
It's just under 2 hours to get from the bridge, which joins
Uh-huh.
the Arcane and the Travelers District, to reach the Graves District Gate.
Okay, we can probably do Monty another day, because I was thinking we might be able to go this way, but then I just remembered I'm not allowed within like 200 miles of the fucking south.
Mhm.
Also, you do know that this isn't actually the gate to the Grave District. This is the
Yeah, I knew it was like the Royal Stable, wasn't it?
yes, the Royal Stable.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if there was like a through point on this and
Not that you
this.
saw, no.
Well, I know that there is a through point somewhere. Well, somewhere around here,
Mm.
because there's a hole in the ground.
I think that's the worth.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. So I would say if it's 12 now, it's about 1:30 to get there, and then you said no, about another 2 hours. It's like 4:30. Let's say we'll take an hour here. 5, yeah. Let's skip Monty and go. I'll go there another day
Alrighty.
because you got your meeting. Are we all going to the meeting, or is it just Roshana?
Albus did. Well, Roshana's there to meet with
But,
Elvis
um,
and Priestess Alara, but she wants
Mhm.
all of you to be there.
Okay, right. I was just okay.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if it was like a, only religious only, Christian camp kind of thing.
Religion.
Yeah, religione.
Relation.
Rhubarb.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Alrighty.
We need to get a carriage.
Yes.
Mr. Clerk,
Yes, Vayne?
would you be able to get us a carriage?
Certainly. He will be here momentarily.
Thank you kindly. Well, the carriage is on its way. Perhaps this time we should let it go away and then call it back, just so it doesn't cost us like tens of gold every time. Not that last time we knew it was going to take us until midnight. Kind of a surprise.
Alrighty. The carriage eventually arrives. You hop on in, circle around the gold statue.
Who's the person?
You see a woman this time. Looks to be about mid to late 20s. Short
It's
bob,
late 20s.
red hair.
Hello.
Hello,
May I ask your name?
Diane.
Hello, Diane. We're heading to the Arcane District. To
Right.
I've written it down. Bronston Square.
Okay. Hop on in.
Thank you. We also may require another. So we're going to go there, but we're not sure how long it'll take. But after some time, we need to go to a meeting near the Grave District. Would you be able to sort of like give us a bell so that we can call you back when we're required?
Certainly. I could do that. There's a small fee
Thank you
for the
kindly.
bell, though, just so you're aware.
Oh, what's the fee for the bell?
I believe the fee is 3 silver.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
Alrighty.
Yes, as I say, we'll probably be in the Arcane District for maybe an hour or so, and then perhaps head off. But yes,
Very well.
and I'll hop up in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hop up into the garage.
On
No,
the
I'll walk.
road again.
Okay.
See you tomorrow,
Goodbye.
Kato.
Strap a
We'll
long
pick
rope
you
at the
up on the
back
way
and,
back.
just grab a trash can lid and just, hop onto that and then let
Yeah.
the carriage take off.
Going around corners at like 50 miles an hour.
Oh, they're not that fast.
Well, yeah. I don't know, they're doing like 40 at least, surely.
No.
You said it takes. Okay, like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's 20.
What was I gonna say? As we're traveling,
Mhm.
I would like to whip out my viol and play the wonderful song I wrote
Oh boy.
for Roshana's parents.
Okay.
I would sing it, but it's in a notebook at my house, which is not here.
Okay. So you're doing it inside the carriage? Or are you sitting on the back?
I'll be sitting on the back for a bit. Can I like I'm assuming we'll have to stop at the bridge because they do like the toll thing.
Yeah.
So can I like not bother here, and then when we get here, I'll get on the back.
Yeah, as soon as you get into the
and
Travelers
then-
District, you hop on out,
Yeah.
jump onto the back, and Roshana, Kato, and Rook, It's all very much, you get one of those jingles in your head and you can't shift it, and it gets to the point where it's so bloody annoying.
Like the corn song now.
Just trying to get your parents' business.
Bit of a personal question, Roshana.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when they adopted you?
How old I am?
Well, how old were you when they adopted you?
I was 8.
Okay. It's just curious.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought you were going to say 18.
It would be a bit weird, I guess, to get adopted at 18.
I guess so, because I suppose at that point you're pretty much independent, more or less.
Yeah.
Never too old for parents, I feel.
No, you're right.
You trundle along, passing through the Traveller's District, all the little eccentric businesses and some of the more official ones as well, as you pass through.
As I'm sat singing, I'll keep an eye on different shops and such. Just nothing in particular, just seeing where things are and what kind of stuff they're selling.
You're on autoplay.
Pretty much, yeah.
And just
after the first hour, it's like, god.
Yep.
Fingers getting a bit raw.
Yeah.
It gets to the point where you do feel like your ears are getting a little bit red. And you look over and you see your driver is just glaring daggers at you.
I'm sorry.
So, Vayne, where did you pick up your talons?
My talons?
Talents.
Oh. I just learnt how to play through boredom.
You don't need to shout.
Well, I'm sat on the back of the carriage.
There's like a little window between where Kato is and where you are.
Oh, hello, Kato.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you over the sound of me playing this instrument very loudly. Oh, hello, Kato. Oh, yes, I just learnt. I used to play in the local tavern where I come from. And then one thing led to another, and when I left, I kept it up, and yes, I'm kind of self-taught. My mother used to teach me the violin, but yes, I'm mostly self-taught after that.
Don't know if I've ever seen you play the viol.
Literally playing it right now, friend.
Oh, I thought you had a lute.
I have both.
I thought you were playing the lute. I thought you only had the lute.
No, I have a viol and a lute that was gifted to me by Luxon.
Oh. Well,
as you're taking a look at this viol, Kato, you do see that the top of it, where the scroll of it should be, the pegs to tune. It's a very interesting looking viol. It's not something that you've seen before. It's definitely not conventional. You see coming up the top of it, it almost looks like two horns that cross each other. And there are these little screw implements that could be used to tune the strings.
It's really cool.
Interesting.
You're asking a lot of questions, Kato. You sure you don't want to share anything about yourself?
Just passing the time.
Yeah, fair.
You're free to ask, of course.
Where did you learn your talents?
Well, I guess you're talking about just like fighting.
Sure, we can start with that.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I learned from a hired trainer that my parents hired.
yeah, that was nice of them. They wanted you to be a fighter then?
I guess they figured I was doing so much of it, they may as well get me a trainer.
I see. Well, I mean, at least they supported you in what you were evidently a natural at.
Well, I guess when you start a number of neighborhood fights, I guess they figured to get you some discipline.
Makes sense. You didn't really have that where I come from. There was only sort of a few of us younger generation, I suppose. And for the most part, I mean, me personally, I just helped on my parents' farm and helped my mother with potions and such. And then of an evening, would go down the tavern and play, earn some spare coin.
And how long ago was this?
Oh, well, I believe I left home 2 years ago. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Ian, 2 years ago.
Your fucking character.
I'm missing. It's closer to 1 than it is to 2, I think.
Okay, 2 and a bit. 2 and a bit years ago.
Yeah.
I just remember going through all the weeks. I was trying to work. I can't remember. I think it was exactly a year, or almost exactly a year of travel time.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be like a year and a half. So yeah, it's about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
It was when I left town. So that was obviously I'd been doing that for my entire formative years. So from a year and a half ago till birth, basically.
Well, it seems to suit you.
Well, I enjoy it. It relaxes me, and
Something else you'd rather be doing?
well, I've always been interested in perhaps being a merchant of some kind. That's why when I left, I took up with the caravan I was with, and I learned some basics of bartering and such with my dear friend Monty. He's the one that's
well,
not free at the moment.
Maybe if we perhaps get our own carriage and I don't know, get enough wares to peddle.
Oh yes, I'm forming some form of a plan as I go, but have to take things one thing at a time. And currently, dealing with this debt of Monty's is my goal at the moment. And considering I have recently found out that he has quite a wealthy brother, perhaps the gold that I used to free him will be reimbursed, or even some amount of it will be reimbursed by his brother and him. Even though he is a friend, it's still a substantial amount of coin.
So they're on good terms then.
Oh, I have absolutely no idea. I didn't know he had a brother until yesterday or the day before. Until I read it in the paper.
That does seem a bit worrying.
Yes.
It does. That's why I would like to go and speak with him. Well, it's one of a couple of reasons I'd like to go and speak with him.
It might be wise to prepare a backup plan.
Yes, of course. But we'll speak with Larima today, and she knows Monty probably better than most. So I'm sure she can give some kind of insight into his relationship with his brother. And if not, after Roshana's meeting with her priestess lady, perhaps tomorrow we can see about speaking with Monty and getting a general idea of why the discrepancy between the amount listed in the newspaper and the amount I've been told is there. Ask about his brother. Try and figure out why the shop burnt down and then has like "over my dead body, never again" written on it. Stuff like that.
Well, we will see.
Yes, plenty going on.
Roshana,
Yes.
how did you get in contact with, I suppose, the church?
Through the orphanage.
Obviously through Jesus. Duh.
My cousin Jeffrey paid for me, and I saw the light.
I was
So
walking one day and I saw Jesus on a piece of toast, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh gosh.
So the orphanage, or I suppose the church associated with the orphanage must have really inspired you.
They did. I mean, it's not like you don't have to, but I mean, let's say I was pulled towards it.
Just like the Blues Brothers.
It kind of raises an eyebrow a little bit.
It seems
Vayne
interesting
started
to me,
singing.
so yeah. Again.
Yeah.
It's the same song.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It's the only one he actually knows. It's like people that only learn one note.
I hope it's going to give my parents some customers.
People might just go there to be like, "Can you get this guy to stop?"
I will pay you to stop him.
Sure. Would you like this shank when you're going out?
Business is business.
All publicity.
Sorry for
Money is
interrupting.
money.
Publicity.
Sorry for interrupting.
I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with how it works. Do all of the devout get magical abilities?
That's a good question.
I might be
I
able to
think
help
not.
that one. I mean, I've drawn my magics from the power of nature and the sky. Well, not the sky, but you know what I mean. The denizens of the sky.
Right, yeah.
But I have to say, I'm quite keen on Corellin. His teachings seem to be well, they inspire improvement.
Yes, my parents would sometimes preach about Corellin from time to time.
He gives you a look.
It's odd to find humans that worship elves.
I never said my parents were human.
My
Are your
apologies.
parents human?
I did not mean to assume. My apologies.
And he never said his parents weren't human.
My adoptive parents are not human.
Vayne ponders to himself. All these people talking about their gods. Sweet.
So I guess, if not all of the devout get abilities, I imagine must be pretty special.
Now that you say it. Yeah. I never actually thought of it like that.
Perhaps a testament to your potential.
I mean,
the guild certainly seems to see something.
You also brought down that beam from the moon last night.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from. I mean,
Seems like it came from you.
yeah. I mean, I wanted to have those things gone because they were big. And when a big thing hits you, it's painful.
The belly was almost hypnotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do sometimes feel bad for creatures that have been summoned, but that's magic for you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
In the words of Corella, shit happens.
Oh my god. Put that on a t-shirt. In the words of Corellin, shit happens. It's not long before you eventually arrive in the Arcane District. You see a few more people are gowned in various robes, different patches on their sleeves. Buildings go between being very suburban and, you know, student living accommodation. People are shoved in, living together, and being to
In halls.
yeah, very eccentric shops at the place. But you were brought down one of the more nicer suburban areas. Carriage takes a turn off of the main road to the right. And you were dropped off by a brownstone square. In the very center, you see a very large marble water feature of some kind. The statue at the very center looks to be a woman holding onto a vase of some kind, water pouring from it, and with her other hand, she's keeping what looks to be like a star above her head. People are milling about this square area. You see there's a little stand where someone is just selling what looks to be freshly baked donuts off the side. Some people are sat on the lip of the fountain itself, just chatting away. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I need to ask this. Is it called Brownstone Square?
It's Brunston Square, but it is a
Okay.
brownstone square.
Okay. I wasn't sure whether I'd misheard it and I've
No,
been
you're
an
fine,
idiot
you're
this whole
fine.
time. I was like, if it's actually just called Brownstone Square, I am gonna
But
feel
you
like
know, there is a
total
reason
fool.
it's called Brunston. So put
Yeah,
it
it's
that
it's
way.
like it's like all the places in the UK called like Milton. It's like it's Mill
Mhm.
Town and it's
Yep.
just been conglomerated over the years.
It's a town where we do milling. Not with that
Yep.
accent, but
Not quite, no. I've been to Milton Keynes. It doesn't sound like it.
no.
So I'll the note just says Bronston Square, correct?
Mhm.
So I'll hop out and have a look around, like a glance around as I get out of the carriage, and then I'll walk up to the carriage, Diane, and say, "Thank you kindly," and I'll get into my coin pouch and pull out the silver for the bell, which you said was 3, I believe.
Yep.
3 whole silver pieces. I hand that over.
And she gives you a very tired look and just hands the bell to you after accepting 3 silver pieces.
I do apologize for the songs. I made a promise, so.
Very well.
I'll hand over another silver piece and say, maybe get yourself some earplugs.
She just waits for everyone else to get off the carriage before taking off.
Exit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, here we are. I look around. Does anything stand out as like potentially like tarot cardy kind of feeling, looking kind of?
You take a look around. Give me a perception check, please. 16. You take a look around. Nothing tarot cardy. You do see off to the side, though, there are a couple more businesses where there are boxes of fruits on display. Seems to be a grocer's nearby. It's a nice little area people have sat about. A number of streets and alleyways pass off of this little square. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, the note just says here. Perhaps we should ask in a shop or something.
Let me see the note.
Hand the note over.
Okay, first I'm going to examine the note. I know it's a bit of a reach, but See if there might be anything like cryptic on it.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Yes, ma'am. Where is it? There it is. Ah,
Oh boy.
You take a quick look over the note, look at the lettering, see if it, could be read any other way. You flip it around, you turn it upside down, hold it up to the light, anything at all? No. Just seems like a regular note.
who was it that gave you this note?
It was the twins, I believe.
Ah, I see. Well, it was given by twins who work in a, let's be honest, a Fey circus, asking or telling us to go to the Arcane District. I have a very strong hunch that this is not a straightforward note.
I think it's another one of their tricks.
I would interject. I don't think it's entirely Fae. I mean, there's a lot of Fae there, but there's some things
Well,
maybe I haven't heard of it before, but it's trickstery. Yes, if that's what you're implying.
Yes. The Fey, divine, devilish, it's all the same, really. It's just a matter of there's some sort of hidden thing with this note that needs to be deciphered. What does the note say exactly?
It says
Just-
Brunston Square, Arcane District.
Like, is there? So you said there was a grocery shop, or like a shop with like fruits and stuff.
Speak like a grocer's. Yeah.
Yeah. So can I like walk towards that if that's the one that stood out to me?
Well, it seems to be like the only other shop here aside from the little cart here that is selling donuts and coffee.
Yeah. So I'll go like to there, and kind of go in and see if I can ask if for information. So just like pop in and say, good day.
Oh, hello. You see a man there balding on top. Black hair is around the sides has been lacquered down. He's got quite the nice little handlebar mustache going on.
Nice.
How can I help you?
Well, I was just looking. So I've been told that a friend of mine is in the area. But I've never been here before, so I don't really know what's in this area. She's a sort of a seer, as it were, sort of a diviner.
Oh.
And I was told that she may be in this area. You don't know of any place that might suit that kind of job or work?
I'm afraid not. You do get a lot of arcane folk around here. But they're more the studious type. Seer. I'm afraid not. Nobody that fits that description.
Thank you for your time. And for the information. And I'll leave the shop.
Brunswick Square.
Princeton Square. I mean, I could just go, like, not caring and thaumaturgy my voice and just start shouting.
Please don't. I think we attract enough attention as it is.
Well, yes, ideally not do that.
Goodbye, eardrums.
Yeah. This square. So this square, is it like? So you said there was the brown square, and then there was the like statue.
In the
Is
center,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Is the square like surrounding the statue? Is it all just like shop? Oh well, not shops, but like buildings, sort of squaring the square, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Okay. Can I like walk around the perimeter and like kind of look in any windows?
I want to examine the statue.
Okay. Vayne, give me a perception check, please, as you're walking around, just having a quick glance in through the windows. And Kato, give me a perception check as well, please.
Oh man.
Nice. Vayne, you begin walking around, looking through the various different buildings.
And obviously, I'm looking for anyone that looks remotely like Larima.
Yeah. You take a look in. Some of the buildings are empty. You just see little sitting areas, like a little lounge or living room inside of people's homes. Others look to be little businesses at home. So you see that a seamstress is currently at her stoop. It looks to be making a garment of some kind. You just quickly pass by. It's not Larima. It's wrong hair color, wrong age, wrong everything, basically. Take a glance around. Looks to be an office in one of the buildings. You don't spot Larima. While that's going on, Kato, you take a look at the statue. It is a tall, looks to be a human woman. Long curling tresses have been sculpted into the marble. In her... Let me get this right. In her left hand is a large vase or urn, and water is continuously pouring from it. And then she's kind of like looking down to make sure that the water is pouring, but she also has her hand towards her head, and on top of her head there is a star.
Which way is she facing?
She's looking down towards the water, so kind of like to the left.
I'll just glance at the left.
You see from here there is a long alley.
Okay, Vayne's going up into asking people. Rook, Roshana, I think perhaps that alley could lead to something.
Probably.
But there are many alleys leading off the square.
True.
It's at this point, Vayne, that you feel someone grab your arm.
Ah!
And you see a guard standing there going, excuse me, what are you doing?
I was looking for a friend of mine. I was told that she would be around here, but I can't seem to find her.
Okay, it's just I've got
a report saying that someone's looking into people's houses.
Oh, I didn't realize these were houses. I thought this was a sort of part of the sort of collegey area.
Look, houses, businesses,
So-
it doesn't really matter. It's a bit weird, man.
Oh, I do apologize.
Look, if this person is, off the square, just sit down, maybe wait.
Okay. Thank you.
The guard lets go of you and just shoots you a look. As if to say, don't do it again.
Just touch me again and I'll put you to sleep, little boy.
Oh, you think that'll work? Oh, that's cute. You see,
Oh man.
No, no, that's the problem. I don't think it would work because it never
You poor-
fucking works.
Poor Sap, tell me you didn't keep that spell.
Of course, I fucking kept the spell.
Oh
Jesus.
no.
One
I'm
day,
gonna go down the alley.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sit down.
Right, sweet. You take a few steps down the alley, Kato.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
You're attacked by a raccoon.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it.
The best raccoon.
Look around for any sort of like merchant shack or
Okay. Give me a perception check, please.
Actually, yeah, can I ask?
Alright.
Mm.
18.
no,
You take a
actually,
look down this alley, and most of it seems to be the backs of houses or businesses, though no gardens or anything like that.
don't look in the windows. They don't like that, apparently.
You see a couple of boxes and crates down the back, but no, like, huts or, propped up shops or anything like that.
Go back to the others.
When we all got arrested, did the... Actually, a better question. Thinking back, when I came out of being arrested for the first time
Mhm.
and saw the carriage, was
Mm-hmm.
Larima's carriage there?
It was, yes.
It was, okay. No problem. Bollocks. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit and kind of scan people as they mill around, and I'm just gonna look at the note which Kato has.
Well, them ideas.
I don't know anything either.
Well, I mean, I was accosted by a guard who told me to sit down and wait, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that really has anything to do with it. I think he just wanted me to stop looking into people's windows. I didn't realize that they were residential.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit rude to look into people's homes like that.
Well, yes, of course, I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what she looks like?
I can. I just have to log into my Gmail so that I can get the sheet that tells me what she
Vayne,
looks like.
what is a Gmail?
It's like it's a mental.
What
It's
do you
like a mental.
What do you mean log in?
Yeah, what's that?
So
To write in
as
a
a
book.
bard, yes, it's basically like a book with
A book.
a book with a password.
What's a
It's
password?
a word that you use to pass. Oh wait, actually, I've just realised I can just go in here because it's in here. The joys of things.
You sit for maybe about 15 minutes or so before you see that same guard, Vayne, has what supposed to be like a clipboard or something in his hand. And he begins ringing a bell. Obviously, he's been tasked with the role of town crier. Hibernus not at fault for sinking the ship in the Halbert Bay. Caravan
what?
Master Priestley Montague to be hanged for smuggling contraband into Clancamrye. Seven Stars Circus leaves town in the middle of the night. Hibernus not at fault for sinking of ship in Halbert Bay. And he just continues on and on and on.
I look at Vayne.
Yeah, upon hearing this, Vayne, like, kind of gets up and rushes to the guard again. Sorry, did you say Priestley Montague to be hanged?
Yes! Oh, sorry. Yes.
Ooh.
Where's the how fresh is this information?
Sorry, mate. I've just been given this. And he shows you the clipboard, and it literally says, "Hibernus not at fault for sinking of ship in Halbert Bay.
Jesus.
Caravan Master Priestley Montague to be hanged for smuggling contraband into Clancamrye. Seven Stars Circus leaves town in middle of night."
I see this man can read. Excellent.
It's a requirement for the
Right.
job, sir.
You're quite good at it.
Thank
Good
you.
voice. Thank you. And I'll rush back over to the guys again. Right.
You okay there, Vayne?
Yes, Larima's a wood elf. She looks to be in her early 50s. She's 5'8", soft round face with long brown hair braided in certain sections.
There she is.
To give you that of her face. Oh, excellent.
You see, almost dipping into one of the alleyways, what looks to be like an orangey red cloak has just swooshed down one of the alleyways.
Aha, so I was on the right track.
Completely different direction.
It was the same concept.
Yeah.
She's in an alleyway somewhere in the city. Vayne will rush after her.
Okay.
Follow.
He's like
Yeah.
on like ultra fucking speed mode now.
Ultra instinct.
Yeah.
You turn down the alley and you see there are numerous different little houses, they seem to be. Small little living areas, no more than the first floor. Almost look to be like bedsits of some kind. Perfect for somebody who wants to live on their own. You take a look down the street though, you see the flower pots. All the different brightly colored doors. No people.
Larima, I need to speak with you.
Your voice rings out. No response.
You not hear that they're going to put Monty to death?
I'm looking around for anyone watching, DM.
Give me a perception check, please.
Feels like a trap. I don't like that it's getting lower. I'm not a fan of.
You did a reset. Oh no.
Oh my, yeah. No, you joke. But in my other games, I've been rolling in the ranges of like 5 and 7 on the die. It's crazy.
Not nice. You take a look around. You do see there are what looks to be like net curtains in a couple of the windows, and some people do look around just to see who's shouting, but curtains close again.
Is
End
there any
goal to the person that can give me information on where the fortune teller is.
Does the figure in the cloak react at all when Vayne says all of that?
You don't see
Not-
the
not what he-
figure.
No. Oh. I followed him.
You did, but they're gone now.
Oh.
Not shouting for my health. If there was a figure wearing like a cloak, I'd be like, "Hey, you! What do?"
Hey, you! What do?
Ooh.
Today I think of me. Sorry.
Um. Fuck's sake. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. Can I look? I know it's difficult because this is probably like cobblestone or something, but can I try and look for tracks?
Give me a perception check, please. Or survival, whichever you prefer.
I almost said traps. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Mm.
I want to look for traps.
Oh my god! Stop!
I do not like that.
No tracks. No, my guy.
Ah.
Maybe if I start describing her again, she'll pop up.
Oh, she's just like Neilbach and Goblin.
No, no.
Hmm. If I wanted to hide from a pursuer, where would I go? There any crates?
No.
Barrels?
You do see a few, yeah.
Okay. This is highly suspect, but I'll go and see if like the barrel's open.
Okay.
Not like prying on them, but just
Well,
like a.
The closest barrel that you see, it just looks like almost like a garden decoration because there is no like grass
Mhm.
here. People have just propped like empty bottles on top of the barrel. It's unlikely that somebody hopped in without disturbing the bottles on top. You take a look at some of the other barrels. Some of them are filled with water, rainwater most likely, and others are just closed. There's one that's empty. Cloth hanging off to the side.
Orange red cloth?
Hmm?
Orange or red cloth?
No, just looks to be like a beige
Dang it.
towel or something that's just been hung there.
Dang it. Hmm.
Larima, have you heard of the twins? Wait, have you heard of the twins? Have you heard the plans of the twins?
It's just an idea, but maybe not wanting to be found, shouting out her name, and they're kind of calling her out here.
Hmm.
I don't
Well,
think
if she'd
it's-
come
I-
out,
I don't think it's you she's
um,
worried about, Vayne.
there's no one else around.
There was the guard back.
Can I keep walking up the alleyway? Like, does it go to a dead end, or is it like?
It
Just
goes onto another
continues.
street, like T-bone.
Hey, can I walk up to that street?
Mm-hmm. Before you do, though,
Yeah, follow.
as you're walking by, you hear as a door seems to open in one of the houses.
Snap my head.
I
Snap
look.
my head to the door.
huh.
Okay, does an 18 hit you, Vayne?
Yeah, that I will.
Mm-hmm. You take 1 point of damage as you just see an apple core
Uh,
rotating and just bonk you in the forehead.
I was gonna block it, but then you said apple core, so
I take 1 point of damage.
Mhm.
I rush the door.
You run in, and it's A dimly lit interior. The ceiling is pretty low here, so both yourself and Kato are having a bit of trouble. Just, it's unnerving to have something so close to your head.
Wait, how low?
Short people.
But you walk in and you come face to face with Larima. She looks at you and goes, "Really? Trying to give away my location, are you?"
Well, I mean, you literally ran away from, like, if you waited like 10 seconds, none of that would have happened.
She shakes her head and then
Nice.
just pulls you into a hug.
Oh,
I'll hug her back.
Come in. Tea's already boiled.
Wonderful to see you again.
She sets down a teapot. Very nice. Fine china. Several different little teacups and saucers about. And you
do
see
you
that
two need a moment?
No, we just haven't seen each other in a week.
Oh, okay.
It's been a busy week.
I
She's
just
on the
didn't
run.
know-
I've been arrested multiple times.
Didn't know if you needed some privacy.
Oh no, nothing like that.
you see Larima has
Okay.
set down the pot, and there are exactly 5 teacups, one for herself, and then 4 placed down in 4 different place settings.
As I say, I think she was expecting.
She
Us.
closes the door behind you as you'll file in. You do see that she is a wood elf.
Oh dear.
Looks to be early 50s or so. She's in... Well, we've come across this
Well-
point quite a few times. Elves tend to age a lot more gracefully than
Yeah.
humans, but she definitely looks to be much older.
Mhm.
She herself, she's not that far off from touching the ceiling, but you see she's got this very soft and round face and very long brown hair that's been braided in certain sections to keep out of her face. It just trails down her back, and some of it is a little bit unkempt. You see that she's wearing looks to be almost a simple black tunic. Hands are adorned in different kinds of what look to be handcrafted jewelry. Vayne, you know that she crafted quite a bit of this herself with uncut and semi-precious stones.
Indeed.
You do see now that that bright orange cloak is kind of just hung off to the side now on one of the small hooks, sorry. Please, sit.
I'll take a seat.
She begins pouring out the tea.
If you did you
I'll
hear?
sit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear?
I heard indeed.
I suppose you didn't really need to hear, but I don't understand what, like. I assume you know why Monty's in prison.
I actually don't, Vayne.
Did you know about the issue that went on with, was it Caldo? No. Well, Voresh? Merrick?
Voresh, if
Voresh.
I remember correctly. Yeah.
Voresh. Yeah, Voresh. Voresh. In Gratsem?
No, I have not.
Well,
But I recall that ever since Gratzem, Montego was quite cold.
yes, so the information that I've been given, was that in Gratsem, Voresh was attacked by the common folk, for obvious reasons. Personally, I don't understand why anyone would attack someone like Voresh, not only because of his quite, calm temperament, but I mean, the man's basically a giant. So in the tussle, one of the townsfolk perished, and that obviously caused us to leave Gratsem quickly. But for some reason, Monty put the corpse in his caravan, and I don't understand the logic behind that. But then these newspapers are saying he was transporting contraband as well. Do you know anything about that? I know you didn't necessarily keep up to date with everything that was happening with the rest of the caravan, but
You see that she's just finished pulling away from her cup, sipping on it, and she's just looking down into the brew.
I'm going to grab my tea and sip it.
I find that hard to believe.
And then, did you know he had a brother?
It's the first time that she's fully looking you dead on.
I was aware of Montague, yes.
Well, apparently he's now coming back to town to start a shop.
Hmm.
But I was told there was a 5,000 bail or bounty on Monty, and that if I paid it would all be fine. And then the newspaper said it was 2,000, and I'm thinking, surely his brother would, judging by the venue that he's currently getting renovated for his new shop that's, coming to town, I'm sure he could help Monty in some way. Or are they not on good terms?
From what I understand, no. They had a falling out decades ago.
Oh.
Why Priestley thought it was a good idea to come here when he knew his brother was here, I do not know, but I did not question either.
Do you think his brother might have something to do with this?
It is unlikely. I don't think Montague is aware that Priestley was even coming to Clancamrye.
Do you know if Priestley had any debts here with specific individuals?
You see, she sets the cup down, and she looks at you.
No.
Can I insight check her?
Sure. Larima's always been a very difficult character to pinpoint down, but she seems earnest.
Okay. I'm just so confused by this whole situation. I've been working to get money together to help Monty, and then suddenly today I hear that he's been put to death. Could you see him?
You see that she's kind of wringing her hands down, looking back down into her tea. Elbows on the table.
Vayne, I do not mean to alarm you, but Monty has not been himself for a very long time.
How do you mean? How long? I didn't notice any.
I would check
difference.
in on him periodically, and she taps the top, the middle of her forehead. Place of the third eye.
Yeah.
Sixth eye.
6 eyes. She's got so many eyes.
I was looking at my fingers. They went 5.
6. 6.
6. Where her third eye would be.
Since Gratzem, I have not been able to see him. The Monty that you and I knew, he no longer exists.
What could have happened? Could it have had something to do with the corpse?
She shakes her head.
I do not know. And that disturbs me.
He seemed like himself when I spoke to him in prison.
I know. On the outside, he seems very much like his usual self, but I thought maybe he did not want me to pry, as I am wont to do. I could understand, but there was no explanation. I would have understood, and he knew that.
This is disturbing information. I don't understand what could have happened. And if everything seems to point to Gratzem. Or something happening in Gratzem.
Gratzem has always been a very peculiar place.
How so?
The people
I've only been there for such a short time.
Yes, the people there are very superstitious. And do not take kindly to, well, non-human folk.
I mean, it doesn't explain why Monty would gain their ire.
Yeah, and if what you're telling me is correct, indeed he wouldn't have, but it doesn't seem right. Why bring a body?
Indeed.
Perhaps he needed it for some other purpose.
I can't think of any good purposes that require a corpse.
But then again, you said he wasn't like himself. Depends on how long that's been the case.
From what I feel, at the very least, or from when I noticed it, was after Gratzem.
Yes, so that would have been a few weeks ago.
Months?
Was this before or after the body?
Hang on. Wait, Gratzem, Michael Wynn. 4 days.
I
4
believe
days.
you stayed
So
in
6, 8.
Mercantile for a while.
Yeah. I'm just trying. So it's 4 days travel. We left there like quick. Then it was Mercantile. Then it was Acklewen. Okay. So yeah, it was like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Might I offer you some biscuits?
She says, looking out over all of you now.
Oh no, thank you.
We ate a while ago. Thanks.
Pardon me then, I'm a bit hungry.
Oh sure, by all means. It's your home.
She
Really actually closer to 3 months.
She leaves down a plate of biscuits and cookies in the middle anyway, but she has a couple for herself.
What happened in Gratzem? Am I saying that right?
Well, from what you've told me, they attacked Voresh.
Yes.
It's funny. I was with him.
You what?
I was with Voresh. Nobody attacked him.
Wait, so then what happened?
I do not know.
But you were with Varesh the whole time?
Not the whole time. He came to ask me about his son. And then I heard shouts and you were pulled away. I had to head down to the outskirts of Hexantha for a little bit, and then I returned and met up with you again.
So he just went berserk?
I highly doubt it.
No, Varesh. That's not Varesh.
Maybe something influenced him?
No, he was called away, but
Hmm.
the caravan pulled off then. I'm assuming.
Unless he was called away to cover something up for Monty.
Possibly.
I think I need to speak with Monty.
Sounds like it.
And you're sure that Voresh wasn't attacked? That he lashed out?
I do not think so.
He's not someone that would lash out. I think she means
Sorry. I saw movement in the caravan, and I heard Voresh be called. That was it. They took off.
And then the next time you saw Varesh, what happened?
Nothing. I think we met... Mercantile, we met again.
Yes, it would have been around a week later. Oh, wait. From Gratsen.
Mm-hmm. She would have
We
caught
went
up
to
with you at
Apple and-
Mercantile because you were there for a while.
Yeah, we were there for like 2 months recently.
Mhm.
I was just thinking because Applewin was in between.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how to take this information or what to think.
I am sorry, Vayne. When he was himself, I know that Monty almost regarded you like a son. And he was very proud of how far you had come in a short amount of time. But the caravan is dead. And if things come to fruition, Priestley will be too.
What have you seen?
I cannot see anything. Not for him.
For anyone else?
Liza and Leigh were staying with me for a little bit. And then they took off.
They've joined the circus.
Yes, and I knew where they were going. They are troublesome and troubled girls. But I think the circus will do them good.
They seem to be enjoying themselves, and I can't say they don't fit in.
So I can see for them what will happen. Just not for Monty.
I just worry that with Monty to be hanged, what becomes of Merrick, Varesh, everyone else that's been arrested?
You see her eyes go a little bit distant.
Flore, she's fine. He's working down at the docks with Merrick. Merrick will eventually have enough money to set up a fish and chip stall.
Mm.
Raska will also be down at the docks. He will take up a seafaring life. Kildo is going to join the academy. Rito will have her hands chopped off for stealing.
Vayne kind of like, so, what?
Jeez.
You see her eyebrows furrow.
I cannot see Noro. Why can I not see Noro?
What about for Vayne?
Well, we can do me in a minute. Sorry, Rito's gonna get her hands cut off.
For stealing, yes.
That's
How far? Sorry.
that's awful. Can I not stop her?
I can. There are limits. I can't tell
How
far
how
ahead.
far? Is it like a day, a month?
There have been times where I've seen things decades in advance.
Yes, it's
But
kind of
I-
potluck, really.
I never find out until it happens.
You can't see Nora, you said.
I can't see Noro.
I spoke to him not 5 days ago.
Hmm.
He was in the southern district, and I said that he should maybe go and see Monty.
Hmm.
When did you stop seeing Nora?
Just now.
Or when did you last see?
I checked in on him a day ago.
And he was
He was going
Still-
to get another girl pregnant. And settle down.
oh, that's a surprise.
And then leave her.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Mm.
He is
See
that
her-
way inclined.
Her eyes come back again, shift back into focus. She blinks a couple of times and looks back at all of you.
You know where Raito is?
No.
Shit. I can't save Monty. I at least want to stop Raito from
I don't think
ruining her life.
I don't think it was in the city. The background, it was wooded.
I'm sorry that all of this has happened. I don't understand it, but
As am I.
I can't. I don't understand. What's your plan?
She takes an inhale of breath and just sort of settles back in her chair a little bit.
I think I shall return home. It has been some time.
Where is home?
Woodwink.
Yoink.
It's I'd be surprised if you could find it. But it's not far from here.
Well, home is better than dead or no hands, I suppose. I would love to see you again, though. It's as you say, the caravan may be over, but it still happened, and you are all still dear to me. I'll do my best to save Raito's hands, and save Monty if I can.
She gives you a sad smile.
I would say I'd save Neuro, but that man can't keep his dick out of anything. I hope to see you again.
Likewise. Your path
Thank you for
is
the tea.
very
Oh, yes.
warbled, Vayne. I can't pinpoint an exact path for you. I do see a shop. A large
Vayne leans forward.
shop. Hexagonal
Mhm.
shape.
Yeah.
What for if you take residence there?
4 of us.
It's a large building.
It is indeed. I've been there.
And then in another, you are between jaws.
Should you do a picture?
Teeth larger than anything I've ever seen.
It was really good up until the jaws part.
Her eyes flick back again. Like I said, your path is warbled.
Was I okay in the teeth? Did I look comfortable?
Another sad smile in your direction.
Like a giant pet, maybe?
Your torso was crushed and your legs separated from your body.
Oh,
I don't think that's quite comfortable, Vayne.
Well, you said it was warbled. It could change.
Indeed.
Let's hope it does.
Vayne's kind of like zoned out.
You don't happen to have any star maps, do you?
I'm afraid not. Those aren't my signs to read.
Vayne sips his tea.
Her eyes
Emanating.
do land on you, Roshana, and like the little pin in your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You follow the moon, yes.
I do.
You might be able to do a bit of divining yourself.
Really?
It takes a bit of practice, though.
Uh-huh.
Just give it a thought.
All right. I will.
Larima, do you have anything slightly stronger than this tea?
Hold on a moment. She gets up from her seat and walks back into a little room, and you could just see beyond. She's got her bed set up. Several different throws and pillows placed on top of the bed. And she comes back with what looks to be like almost a pink liquid stopped in a bottle. And she pours it into the tea immediately. Begins to swirl
Thank
and
you.
hits her nose. It's very fragrant, but delightful. And
I sip.
definitely warms your stomach as it hits.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Good shit.
What'd she say?
Anybody else? Like a sip.
No, thank you. I have another meeting I have to be at soon.
Have
Rather
fun.
be sober.
She looks a bit distant again before she pours some of this liquid into her own tea. She leaves the bottle on the table. Please help yourselves if you wish.
Vayne's kind of like very, very, very deep in thought. Like you've never seen him as deep in thought as he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I may be selfish for a moment.
She's alive.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
She is alive.
She's pretty good, isn't she? It's like, fuck your question. I'm just going to give you the answer. Vayne's still sipping.
I'm sorry, she?
She just looks at you, then lowers her head, but keeps gaze, as if to say, "You know who I mean."
I'll say something real quick.
Did she say Kato was going to open up a fish and chip shop?
Merrick.
Oh. What's Kato doing? Oh, he was going to go on the sea. Okay.
Appreciate it. That's not who I meant.
Who else is there?
My brother.
Oh, he's fine.
How fine is fine?
Fine for now. See, she begins to sway slightly. Is there anything else you wish to know?
You know how sometimes when we were in the caravan, I would occasionally ask about my father.
Mm-hmm.
Is he okay? And my mother?
Her eyes go, once again, distant. You see a little bit of blood just begins to trickle down the inside of her eye, down along her nose, and down by her lip.
It's fine.
Reaching that limit.
That happens somewhere. That happens sometimes.
They are fine. Your father is still, unwell, but he's stable. For now.
Thank you. Drink up. I won't have you doing any more today.
He downs her drink and then, not even adding tea this time, just pours the pink drink into her cup. Begins slugging.
Our
Okay.
lady. Would some form of healing assist you in any way?
It's fine. Thank you. This is.
I know it's mostly mental, but the offer's there. My friends here, this is Roshana. You know all their names anyway, but they have skills in healing magics, just in case you needed it.
She nods and goes, "Thank you. I do, and would appreciate it, but I'm fine, really."
It's a very interesting skill set.
It is an unfortunate one.
Mm.
Blessing and a curse.
Can one learn this ability?
Yes and no.
Hmm.
It's good to have a focus, and she looks again at you, Roshana. You will find out.
Ah. Alright.
She begins moving herself off the table, and you see that she's still a little bit more shaky. I mean no disrespect, but I do need my rest.
Yes,
Of course. Yes.
You said about going home. Will you be staying here for at least a little more time?
Perhaps I shall think on it.
Okay, well, I would like to see you before you leave, if at all possible. And thank you again
The door opens
for
behind
everything.
you.
Get the fuck out!
There's nobody there. It just opens.
Yeah, that's just her opening the door, and
We'll
That's
get
the
out of your
hint.
hair.
yeah, that's the
We'll get out of your hair.
the
Get some
sign to
rest.
leave. Yeah, I'll give her a hug.
Mhm.
And as I'm hugging her, I will say thank you again.
She just hugs you tighter.
I'll do what I can. And then I'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna down the tea.
Slam the tea!
Not surprised.
Slam it. Well,
Door
That
locks behind you. And you're left back in the alleyway.
Vayne, if you
Hmm.
want to go to Monty, you can.
Yes, it seems important at this time.
you
I-
have to.
I know I wouldn't say split the party normally, but in this sense, I would.
Perhaps, and perhaps you and Rook can go speak to Monty, or alone if you prefer.
I don't think we should let Vayne go on his own intoxicated.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
can-
intoxicated.
I can go with
That's
him.
that's a fair point, actually.
I just had
Letting
one
Vayne
small pink fluid.
letting Vayne go sober already has its risks.
I can go with him, it's fine.
I'm
Okay.
perfectly sober.
Okay.
Fuck. That could be an idea.
I mean, we could let the carriage take us to the Grave District first, and then you can just straightforward go to where you need to go.
Out of game. We're here, you said, I think? Oh, stupid
You are
clicky
here.
thing. That's where that is exactly where I was clicking.
Nice.
Sure.
We will
was
believe you.
technically I was clicking here, like, but you know.
And then Grave District is here.
The entrance is here.
And then this is where I would go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you
Okay,
need to
so
go.
you've got to. Oh,
You need
oh
to
dear.
go like here, here,
Yeah.
here, here,
Yeah.
here, here,
But you
Yeah.
got to go here.
and then over here. So let's go. Yeah. So I would need to go down this road.
Sorry,
Mhm.
I just thought
Or-
of this now,
yeah.
and I don't mean to be nasty, but you could go after the meeting.
That is true.
I don't
That's
know
a
how long
good
until he
point.
get.
I
What
know,
time of
but-
day is it? 'Cause
It's
yeah, I just
Pretty
feel like when someone's going to get hanged, like it might happen like early evening.
true.
And
True.
Vayne being intoxicated, I wouldn't think he has the right mind, and he's just like, "Meow."
I think he's okay for now.
I'm not
For now.
roasted yet.
It was
Yet.
one drink, Ossifer. I swear.
It's like, oh god, what was that drink? Rum and blackcurrant.
Machine.
You stand up and your legs just go beneath you.
Oh yeah, you
Wee.
get drunk from the legs up. And you just collapse. Wow, it's almost like What the
I'm
fuck?
not sure about that.
what the fuck? I'm in a different house in a different part of the fucking country. And
You're
Alexa's
just
still
cursed.
alive.
It's the skull
You're
from
just
Tomb of
cursed.
Annihilation. It's Alexa.
This bitch. Yeah, it is. Giving me disadvantage on everything. Right. I mean,
All I'm saying is, you don't know how long the meeting's going to be. You don't know if Monty's going to be hanged today. You don't know. Is what I'm basically saying. It's kind of up in the air. It's up to what you
Yeah.
guys want to do. I'm just saying, like, the option is there. It's not.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
What time is it?
It is roughly 3-ish. A little
That's
bit
what I
past 3,
figured.
we'll say.
That means we
Mhm.
should kind of head that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I
So I think we head there first, and then Vayne can go his way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just over 2 hours. I think.
Yeah.
Just wish there was a way of finding out when it's planned.
I got that.
But, no,
We make do with what we have.
You can ask someone
We-
who is knowledgeable of the law.
yeah, I
Oh,
tried.
you mean like Maurice?
You mean like a guard that
No,
had the
let's
information?
not ask Maurice.
You could ask a guard, like,
I did ask a guard. He said,
well, fine,
"I've
ask
just
a
got this
guard.
clipboard, mate."
I'm just
We
saying.
could ask a guard we know.
Is there any guards?
If she's
Right.
still a guard.
Oh,
Shale.
Shale. Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty out of our way.
Yeah, that's a pretty
That's-
far detour.
Yeah, I know, but
We could just go here and ask someone at the guard
we
downstairs.
could ask Lady Elvis.
She a guard?
No, but she's a guild hat. She might know.
Hmm,
I know someone that would know.
Oh
that
god,
is.
go on.
No, don't.
Well, it's going to be Luxon, isn't it? He knows everything.
Oh my god.
I did not want to hear that name today.
I mean, part of me thinks that guard was Luxon. Not even
Probably.
fucking joking. He left before us.
And you
That's all
think
I'm
Larima
saying.
wasn't?
What?
What?
She hugged me twice,
And
she knew things that.
let's go to a break.
Why you gotta fuck me like this? Now my brain's all like, oh, maybe everyone is, maybe
It's-
this
it's-
whole thing
It's
is
the pink
Luxon.
stuff. It's the pink stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come
I'm
back
tripping
at
balls.
1:45. If that's alright with people.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
That's like
No.
Yeah.